Okay, I've got 9:02. We'll call this, regular meeting of the Coriell County Commissioners Court to order at this time, noting with everyone is present. If you haven't already done so, I'd ask that if you have an electronic device, please put that on silent. And join me in a word of prayer. Our most gracious Heavenly Father, we come before you today as your humble servants, blessed by the many outpourings and blessings that you bestow upon us continuously. We're thankful for the rain that you've given us. We ask that you continue to bless us and enrich our environment as you see fit. We ask all of these things in your Christ Jesus' name we pray. Amen.
Amen.
And join me in the pledge to the flag. I
pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Honor the Texas flag. I pledge allegiance to thee, Texas, one state, under God, one and indivisible.
Okay, the next item on the agenda is the public forum. Citizens may address the court on any matter other than matters concerning county personnel or matters under litigation. Each citizen will be allocated 5 minutes with a total time not to exceed 30 minutes. Is there anyone here that would like to address the court this morning? Anyone at all? Okay, seeing none, we will continue on. Item number 5 on the agenda is accepting the minutes of the Coriell County Historical Commission meeting held on November 12th, 2019.
Motion to accept, Judge.
Second.
We got a motion from Commissioner Jones, a second from Commissioner Matthews. Any further discussion on item number 5? Hearing none, all those in favor say aye.
Aye.
All those opposed say no. The ayes have it, motion carries. Item number 6, minutes for the Commissioners Court meeting on January 13th of 2020.
So moved.
We have a motion to approve from Commissioner Jones,
Second.
a second from Commissioner Moore. Any further discussion? All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
All those opposed say no. Ayes have it, motion carries. Item number 7, minutes for Commissioners Court meeting on January 21st, 2020.
So moved.
Second.
I have a motion to approve from Commissioner Ashby, a second from Commissioner Matthews. Any further discussion? All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
All those opposed say no. Ayes have it, motion carries. Item number 8, road and bridge report. Mr. Latham.
Just a small update, Judge. We're second part of the month, not the normal report, but we've been whittling on work orders. We got about 20 left pending right now, which is pretty good. We've been setting 80 to 90 there for a while, but we got them working around. Hauling Greenbrier and hauling Slater this week. I think they hauled about 80 loads Friday to Greenbrier, and they're starting Slater this morning, so. Other than that, just normal moving forward.
They get their hauling Greenbrier.
The section we ripped up, they're ripping up more asphalt as we speak.
Okay.
We'll turn it around as soon as they get done. There's about 200 loads to go to Slater. As soon as they get done there, we got about 320 to go back to finish Greenbrier. That's all I have.
Very good. Anything for Mr. Latham? Okay, Mr. Latham, thank you again. Item number 9, consider a court order 2020-03, closing, abandoning, and vacating Shelf Road. At our last meeting, we in fact approved the petition to close that road. The order that was sent out in your packet was my feeble attempt, and it should have been the order that I handed you this morning, which was Mr. Bell's proposal for that order. That property will in fact be then deeded to the landowner, Mr. and Mrs. Gooch, as a unit of title.
I make a motion to approve.
We have a motion to approve court order 2020-03 from Commissioner Matthews on the closing and discontinuance of Shelf Road. Second from Commissioner Moore. Any further discussion on order number 2020-03? Hearing none, all those in favor say aye.
Aye.
All those opposed say no. Ayes have it, motion carries. Item number 10, consider court order 2020 -06. This is the burn ban. I did put this back on the agenda. We've had a good bit of rain. I think most areas somewhere between 3/4 and about 1 inch across the county. The KDDI tends to remain about 500, which is a little bit lower than it was in the December timeframe. And recommendations.
That's the action that needs to be taken.
Okay,
Thank you, sir.
hearing none, we will move on to item number 11, which is considering court order 2020-05, the permanent relocation of branch early voting polling place. Mr. Carruthers.
So we, leased the space over in Copper's Cove Terrace, 508B Cove Terrace. So according to election code, we have to designate that as the location, and that resolution 20-2005, does do that.
Motion to approve, Judge.
Second.
Motion to approve, court order 2020-05 from Commissioner Jones, second from Commissioner Ashley. Any further discussion on this court order? Hearing none, all those in favor say aye. All those opposed say no. Ayes have it, motion carries, and that does carry us into item number 12, which is the resolution to adopt the HART Duo voting system, which is County Resolution 2020-01. Mr. Carruthers.
So, as you're well aware, we purchased new voting equipment. We do have that voting equipment, in, and we're already starting to get ready for the primary. Section 123 of the election code requires us to adopt that officially by resolution. And that, this resolution 2020-01 adopts the HART Duo voting system versions 2.3.1 and 2.3.2, which have been certified by the Texas Secretary of State and the United States Election Assistance Commission for use in Texas elections. So that's what this resolution does.
Motion to approve resolution 2020-01.
We have a motion from Commissioner Moore, a second from Commissioner Matthews. Any further discussion on resolution 2020-01? Hearing none, all those in favor say aye.
Aye.
All those opposed say no. Ayes have it, motion carries. Mr. Carruthers, thank you again for keeping us straight with the election code. Item number 13, consider retaining legal firm for 2020 census. We've had this on the agenda a couple of times as we're progressing through the census process and as it begins. Commissioner Moore.
Judge, I thought it was, time that we at least have a serious discussion about this, since some of these firms are only taking a limited number of counties and municipalities on. So, I just wanted to, I think everyone has the information from Allison Bass and then Bickerstaff, Keith Delgado Acosta. There's quite a bit of, as you can see, there's quite a bit of difference in the cost of those. Allison Bass being significantly more. And then Morrison, I don't have any information from Mike Morrison, but, I think the judge's communication was, I think a $21,000 or $22,000 flat fee. So I think that, obviously, Bickerstaff, Keith Delgado is probably one of the larger firms that does this. They certainly have a lot of staff dedicated to this one, area of the law. And I don't know, looks like their flat fee is $4,500, and it looks like their fee is gonna be consistent of whatever the county wants. So if there's very little or no, modification to our current precinct boundaries, then it's pretty much $4,500. But, you know, whatever we do is gonna drive the cost from there. So it will depend largely upon what the committee and the commissioners court decides to do or wants them to do, directs them to do. For this, I don't really think the cost should, motivate our decision on whether or not what we want to, what we want to do. I think we're gonna spend that with any of them. Probably a little more with Allison Bath. Certainly we would know fixed with Morrison, you know, that it's 21,000, whether we do anything or not. So, I just wanted to have a discussion about it and see if y'all wanted to, make a decision on this now, or have some more discussion with one of these firms, or have them come speak to us. I don't know, just wanted to, I think we need to at least get in line.
Agree.
You know, as Commissioner Moore pointed out, you know, with, Biggerstaff, Heath, Delgado, the $4,500 is basically for them to enter our current data into their system, and then say that there's no changes. Which, I mean, there's a price for everything. I don't think that,
I
I
think
think
if
it-
those lines had to move slightly,
Yeah.
one way or the other, just where the growth is at in the county.
So,
I don't think there would be a great deal of cost to them, but, you know, we had, at least 2 maps proposed last time. And so those were pretty radical changes in the precinct boundaries. And I think that would push us up to probably the 20,000 at least with this firm, if those same proposals came up.
That's an unknown figure though, because we don't know how that works out.
We don't know how it's working.
But any firm, I mean, they're gonna, the more work you do, the more money they're gonna add to it, I mean. But we don't have a clue how that's gonna work out till all the dust settles.
till the numbers come in. Absolutely.
Again, I think the next item on the agenda might drive some of that. I mean, we don't know. If the committee were to say, hey, we want these commissioner precinct boundaries completely redrawn, then that's gonna drive the cost of this item.
I mean, for those of you, and please, Mr. Bell, if you got any input on this one as well, I appreciate that. With Morrison, I mean, or with Morris, was there anything that you were dissatisfied with? I mean, as far as the way they conducted the
Don't lie.
Other than what they were given, you know, guidance, you know, some of the instructions, but I mean, as far as what they,
They done all right.
you know, this is one of those times where I'm almost of the opinion that if it's not broke, don't fix it. You know, we have a programmed cost, I think given, you know, some guidance of, they, 2 or 3 options out of that. We said with Biggerstaff, we're gonna get there pretty quickly. And with, Morris, I mean, he's already got that database built. and at least has a little bit of a background to go off of. I don't know if that's necessarily a pro or a con, but it is what it is. I mean, they do have, that data already built in.
Again, I think it's a matter of what we direct them to do. Kyle and Ray, are y'all wanting things changed radically?
No, sir, I don't think so. You know, probably the largest growth area as far as expansion of rooftops is probably in precinct one, I would say, southern part of the county. I would see some line change probably in that area, but if Morrison already has it implemented, it's in their program, or they have a program that has it, you know, there could be some line change in there, with bigger staff, you know, or anybody else that has to build that program. You know, yeah, they may have an initial cost, but it could skyrocket, you know.
Yeah.
And you don't wanna set it necessarily for cost, you want what's best for the county. But also best for our county is the cost. You know, it could be $10,000, it could be $20,000 difference, you know, and that, in a county with our tax base, it's a lot of money.
You know, we may have to, depending upon where our discussions go with the Justice Center, or even our
Sure.
JP precincts may have to adjust a little bit too.
Right.
Very small change with that, but it would be probably just the location of the office, that, like we had to do last time. We had to move the,
There'll be some lines have to be moved, I'm sure. I don't know to what extent, though. I mean, they always are.
Sure.
and it could be significant. I mean, if the committee wants, I mean, like, there was all kinds of proposals last time, so, those proposals last time, I think, would have certainly been in the 30,000 range. Like, I think this example on the back with your staff, I think this is Bastrop County. That's right, but they're quite a bit larger than we are. It doesn't say Bastrop, but I recall him telling me that it was, the Bastrop County. So this has got 3 commissioner maps, 3 different proposals. It would be just an estimate. I mean, if that held true, that's more than House and Bass, actually.
Sure.
I think Mr. Morrison wanted, or would have liked, by the end of the year, last year, 19. I'm sure he still has some room for us, since we used him, at the last census. Is there anything you have on that? We probably need to budget this. No, there's no problems, but we probably need to budget whatever amount for extension. Or for the 21 budget, but
Right.
this coming budget year, we need to budget that. I budget at least 25 for it probably. You don't have to act on it today. If y'all wanna call Mr. Morrison or Sid, I think it's Falk. till I talk with Bickerstaff.
Since I hadn't been through the process, I'm gonna leave it up to you guys. You know. Y'all think you did a good job? It's almost a crapshoot, isn't it? The picking, or,
Matter of fixed price versus,
Yeah, $14,000 difference in a, you know, there's a possibility of that, you know.
yeah, we could be overpaying or giving
Sure.
a deal one too.
Yeah. That's true.
I'm sure Morrison, certainly I would think that he would have assessed, or he would have, you know, given some, consideration to what he did last time in how he's setting his price.
Yeah, that's about what it took.
So-
to do it.
So I think, you know, if you factor that in, with 2 to 3 maps in there, I think he ended up doing 4, total. 22 becomes a bargain. Compared to the 3 with Bickerstaff and Allison being kind of right there in the same.
Mhm. Yeah, it would be less, if we do have that. And the committee might want that, I don't know. Or request that.
No, I'm comfortable moving forward with Mr. Morrison. Reach out and see if we can enter into an agreement with him.
You can get Brandon the language and find out what we need to do, at least we need to,
Mr. Morrison said a little agreement.
did he send one?
Yes.
About 3 months ago.
Mm-hmm.
And I think it was even
I just
earlier
didn't
than
know
that.
if
He was
he
the very first one that reached out to me. And I think that was in the July, August timeframe. I mean, it's been a while.
I knew he had emailed you, but I didn't know he had sent you an agreement, actually.
I think it even had a spot on there for y'all to sign.
Okay.
It was
Well,
21,000, seemed like.
yeah, I think that's correct. Could we, maybe ask the judge to call him, find out if his, schedule will allow, you know, for us to, he still has room for us.
Okay.
And then we could put that on
Put it on the
the
next agenda.
actual,
I'm comfortable with that.
okay.
I'm comfortable with that. All right, so we will, table, item number 13, pending confirmation. With,
We'll make that motion, Judge, to table.
Second.
we have a motion from, Commissioner Moore, second from Commissioner Matthews. Any further discussion on item number 13?
Would you put that on,
Where's my, coming up, that's the February meeting.
10th?
February 10th?
That is correct.
Okay. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
All those opposed say no. Ayes have it, motion carries. Which does lead us into item number 14. Consider establishing a Coryell County Census Precinct Advisory Committee. In the 2010 census, there in fact, the county did have an advisory committee. It is not a statutory requirement that I can identify, in any government code. However, it is strongly encouraged. I believe the last, committee breakdown that I saw, I got some information from Commissioner Moore, had, about, 12 people on the committee. It appeared that there was like 2 per precinct, and then there was 3, and then there was a 4th one on there that I just don't know where it came from. I mean, really, I couldn't just, didn't follow under anybody's heading category. I'm not sure, how effective a committee that large could be. One of the things that, I was gonna present to you is that if we cut that down to about 7 members, we all select one at large, and then, or within your precincts, I'll select one at large, and then we would give, the city of Copper's Cove, the opportunity, their city council to, nominate one, and the city of Gatesville, to nominate one, since those are our largest population centers. And I think that would give a good distribution of, what this committee, will do. And then the next, week or two, we would, kind of revise, the focus of what we want them to look at. And so we can give them some guidance going forward.
Did you have that list, Judge, of who served last time? I can get that from my notes.
Yeah, I think you just showed it to me, you know, I don't know that
I can get y'all who served, I think some of those people still reside here, some don't, so.
Yeah.
Most of them do, but they're familiar with the process anyway. So the judge had 4 at large last time, is that?
I think he had 3 at large, and then, cause
Maybe they're
there's
all-
one
they're
that,
all-
that didn't appear, it was just kind of floating out there. And going off the middle, it was definitely 2, 2, 2, and 2 and 2. I'm saying that right, 2, 2, 2 and 2, and 3. And then there was the one that, I don't know where they came in. On the list that you showed me, there were 12 names.
I guess they could be, would matter if those were elected officials over in Coppersville, Gatesville. If someone on the council wanted to serve, you know, it wouldn't matter.
Yeah, I don't think so, I don't think it would.
So what is our action on this? Really none, we just need to discuss it.
But we can establish one and with a little bit of guidance, in the next meeting, I can come back if, and give you a proposal of what the breakdown is and then, maybe, the initial set of instructions. And we can set up a timeline for when we will.
Would y'all rather have 2 or 1 per precinct?
Take one.
One per precinct.
12 is a large community.
I think it is. When you get 12 people together, you would never have them all there. I think 7 is a pretty manageable number, even if 1 or 2 wasn't there. We still get good representation on what they felt was, you know, the best options.
You want some action on that? To establish a committee to be named?
Yes, I think that would be appropriate.
I'll make that motion, and Judge, to establish a census precinct advisory committee to consist of, 7 members, 1 from each precinct, and, 3 at large, 1 being the county judge, and really those probably would be just, you could just say they're all your 3 at large, to be named by the judge.
Okay, well, I wanna make sure that everybody's clear, I'm gonna get with,
Sure.
the city of Copperas Cove and the city of Gatesville. Not to single them out, but there are 2 most populated areas. And I think that's, a good representation. So we'll take that motion with, the understanding those 3, that, Copperas Cove and Gatesville will get those nominations. So we've got a motion from Commissioner Moore,
Second.
second from Commissioner Jones. Any further conversation or any further discussion on item number 14? All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
All those opposed say no. Ayes have it, motion carries. And we'll get, initial, a draft of instructions for that committee set up, and I'll have those to you on the 10th of February. Excuse me. Item number 15, consider the sale of county-owned property located in Oglesby. It's property ID numbers 148893, 148894, and 148895. I don't know if you had an opportunity to look those up. That in fact are 3 pieces of property. 2 of them are connected at the end of Ramsey Road, in Oglesby. From my understanding from, Commissioner Jones, we acquired that land, that property, many years ago. Currently, there are 2 tracks that, have no use whatsoever, except for maybe some, farming going on from some of the local citizens out there. And then one has a baseball field on it, that I believe was built by the city of Oglesby. In that, the 3 tracts total, approximately 25 acres. Here, I'll kind of let y'all, I can pass this along, but I couldn't get that to print.
Yeah, I've looked at it.
Commissioner Ashby, have you seen the area we're talking about?
No, I haven't.
Okay, this is Ramsey Road coming in, Oglesby's over here, this track, and this track. These 2 are approximately 10 each, give or take, and this is approximately 5 acres. Had you seen, on those 3 tracks?
How much is there?
25, it's approximately 10, give or take, 10 and 5, roughly. So, again, it's at the end of Ramsey Road. We as the county have not utilized that, for any purpose.
We have not.
And every so often it tends to accumulate trash and junk, of which the city of Oglesby has agreed in the past to keep that cleaned off. But I think it would be a good opportunity to liquidate, those 3 properties, and give the city of Oglesby the opportunity to buy that baseball field if in fact they're interested in that. And the government code, I believe, allows for that at fair market value.
How do we even acquire that, you know?
I don't know. I mean,
Do what now?
How did we even acquire it?
I don't know, I think it was back there when High was maybe commissioner, I don't know, we just, all we require of Oglesby is a liability policy every year, and they're Johnny on the spot with the liability policy. Like the judge said, that they kind of started using it for a dump ground, and, they started cleaning it up, I done that a couple of weeks ago. And, I don't know where we need to put this all in one parcel, or just a sale, or that gives Oglesby a chance to buy the ballpark. I mean, I don't know how we need to do that. I put a copy of the sale of real properties on y'all's desk there. Brandon made them for me last week. I had a question to him. There's 3 different ways we can do it. I think we need to decide which way would be the best way to put it on the market.
You don't have to put the one to Oglesby on the market.
Uh-huh.
You don't have to go out on the market if you want Oglesby to buy it.
Well,
Since we got the ball field.
I'm not saying, I mean,
But you do on the other 2, if you want, just a free market sale, you have to go out to bids. But you can sell to another government entity, another taxing entity, without going out to bids.
need to go talk to the people that own the beer, what I need to do. See if they want that one parcel where the ball field is and sell the other two pieces, or how do we need to handle that?
Can we give it to them if it's being used for public use?
Well, it depends on what y'all decide y'all wanna do, and y'all need to figure out how y'all wanna. You can figure out what y'all want to do, and tell me, and I will tell you the best way to do it, in my opinion.
I like the third option, the broker agreement.
Well, I think yes, I agree with that. If I'm interpreting Mr. Belt's, comment correctly, one of the things we need to agree on is, one, are we gonna sell one or all of those tracks? Two, are we going to give the city of Oglesby the opportunity to buy, the baseball field track? And then three, what is his recommendation on how to liquidate, two or three? Is that, am I interpreting your comments
Yes, we
correctly?
need to decide if we're gonna go ahead and do a survey now, what we're gonna do about the county road, where it's gonna end at, provide access, county road access all the way to the ballpark, or what we're gonna do. And then we'll draw it up.
I think Ramsey Road's a city street, isn't it?
You want this?
That's all in the city, isn't it? In their city, that Ramsey Road.
Part of it's in the city, but it goes down there, not Bert Banner, but Graham Banner's old house.
Is that,
And that's county from this dirt stops right there. and then
on that creek, to his house?
Yeah, it starts there and goes down to
Over
that
10 acre.
property.
Can I say 10? I think it's.
But we don't, there's not county maintenance all the way to the ball field presently.
No, it stops, there's a gate there between Vander's and the ballpark, there's a gate there.
Where that little county waterway comes through.
And I think the county maintained it from like the end of the pavement to the gate going into the ballpark. Or
But it's
going
a-
into the property, I should
That's
say.
a pretty good piece from
Yeah,
the
it's a pretty
gate
good job.
to the
I'm gonna say,
ballpark.
what, not quite a half a mile maybe or something.
And then I assume that guy that lives, it's got that place on in there, it's got an easement through there of some kind, but I don't,
I'm sure he does.
that would require some survey work to see where his property ends, where his survey ends, and whether he's got a deeded easement or whether it's a prescriptive easement, and we need to straighten all that up before we sell it, that way there won't be any issues for any purchaser. But when straightened up, it's gonna require a survey.
Right.
So me, you're saying we could give that ballpark to the city and sell the other two parcels of property?
I agree with that.
We could
But
sell it.
it still needs a survey.
You don't have got to bid is all I meant on that particular.
Right.
one. If the city wants it, if the city doesn't want it, then you need to go out to bid on all three.
I think that's what we need to do. I don't know how to word that in a motion, but, I'd like to see the city keep that ballpark. And I mean, keep it clean to be on there back then,
Sure.
because I've had complaints, people calling, doing, they'll trash it up when, go down there and tell them to clean it up, they start cleaning it up, and then they start trashing it up again. It's just, it's kind of a two-edged sword really for the county.
And I think your motion was clear, I understood it just fine, but I think we need to make sure that we get that, all surveyed off, and that way there's no access issues and everything. But I agree with you.
Well, let's check on that easement down there to that property where the man lives and make sure that everything's on up and up on that, and we'll just go from there.
That's gonna probably require hiring a surveyor, to survey that, and these all surveyed anyway,
Yes, sir.
especially if you're gonna try to make a transfer of some portion of the property to Oglesby. Because I doubt there is a good, clean survey of that area that the ballpark's on. And you probably need to make sure that you're transferring to them what you want them to have, not just what happens to already be in a different little survey there.
So we could give a portion of that 10 acres, it would even have to be all of it.
My recollection of the statute of transfer to another governmental entity is you get a survey appraisal by appraiser, and you can transfer to another governmental entity for that price without going through the competitive bid process. I think the statute's longer than that, but I think that's pretty much what it says.
We give the city of McGregor an easement on that property to put a water line down there to Charles Graham's property, what, 2 years ago, 3 years ago, maybe?
Yes, sir.
There may be something that, when you draw that up, it might have everything we need, I don't know.
It's not gonna be
Same.
everything we need. Cause there wasn't a survey of the rest of that property on there.
So we need all three properties surveyed and appraised before we move forward.
Right.
That is my understanding, yes. They need to be surveyed and appraised, before we can make some type of offer to the city of Oglesby, and determine, you know, what their position is and what they wanna do with that baseball.
Well, it needs to be, roll it back up.
Yeah, you wanted that, yeah, move this line down to right there. And probably straighten that up.
Yeah, and there's no use, I mean, this is the ballpark right here.
Right.
The ballpark's all they need, they don't need this land behind that ballpark. Yes.
I'll clean this up and I'll give it to Mr. Bell, and then we'll, look at,
Really, that line could come right here and that'll join the landowner if need be. Well, that'd be right, cut it up in 4 tracks then.
Yeah,
So,
that would work out.
that's fine. Give it Mr. Bell. Dog handler. If I need to go down there, let me know. Not like I had to go to Leon Junction.
Somebody needs to have a pretty serious talk with the city of Oglesby if they're really interested, because they've consistently proven over the last 15 years that they wasn't overly interested in maintaining that tract of property on a regular basis.
Have you have had a conversation with them?
No, I haven't, somebody needs to,
I
because
have.
if not,
I
here in
have.
5 years, the county's gonna be getting a call, Mr. Pitt's gonna have to go out there, cause there's gonna be a pile of trash size this room.
Right.
Everybody from Oglesby's trash that they couldn't stick in their trash can, their mattresses and their tarps and their tires and all their
They
crap piled
don't
up
have no
out there.
trash left at their house, it's all there right now, right?
Yeah, and then we're gonna have to go out there and clean it up, cause they're not gonna maintain it, not gonna keep it up. I'd be curious to know the last time they played a ball game out there. But, y'all know, you have a bad attitude, so.
2001 or 2, I knew they played ball there then.
Yeah, I think you're probably about right, though.
So they may not even want it.
Oh, they're gonna say they want it.
Didn't we lease that to somebody for a dirt track when?
Yeah, Lord Forrest put a bicycle dirt track in there, in which we had to get liability policy from him because it was county owned property, and he kept it spotless. Well, his kids growed up, you know, that was in that, and they just, I mean, it's pathetic now.
I think, an appropriate motion would be, and I think you kinda made this too, initiate the sale process, on the 3 tracts of land, located on Ramsey Road, you know. And I'll get with Mr. Belt on, presenting, survey and appraisal.
I'll second that.
Okay, that's your motion, is that correct? Is that?
Yeah, okay.
I'll
yeah.
second it.
Okay, we got a motion from Commissioner Jones, second from, Commissioner Ashby. Any further discussion on item number 15?
Who's hiring an appraisal, I mean, a,
It's
surveyor,
14.
who's hiring a surveyor?
Well, I'll get with you on, that process. I think,
So they're authorizing you to retain the services of surveyor and get those tracks surveyed so that we can proceed with the process to get them sold and or transferred.
Yes,
Correct.
Okay. Just wanna make sure.
Any further discussion? All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
All those opposed say no. Ayes have it, motion carries. Item number 16, consider interlocal agreement with McLennan County for housing and care of inmates. I got, a packet from Judge Felton, at the end of December. McLennan County Judge, they had approved, the renewal of the interlocal agreement that we have with them. However, their price has increased to $75 a day. I don't wanna state, Sheriff, I don't think we currently have, anyone housed in McLennan County, but we have, some of our higher risk inmates we've housed over there in the,
It's just a special, place where we can lose them in the system for their protection. I mean, it's just a, kinda extra circumstance, deal that we using for.
Are you comfortable renewing that agreement? Would that be your recommendation?
Sure, I mean, I wouldn't mind it at all, I mean, it's a good place to have, if we have a high risk, pretrial detainee, that's a good place to put them.
I make a motion to enter into the interlocal agreement with McLennan County on the housing.
I have a motion from Commissioner Matthews, second from Commissioner Moore. Any further discussion on item number 16? All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
All those opposed say no. Ayes have it, motion carries. Item number 17, first quarter FY 2020 budget update. There's no surprise, we've got very good stewards of the citizens' money, in our elected officials and department heads. Overall, and this does include just a little bit of encumbrance, but overall, through the first quarter, which would be, October, November, and December, the county is operating, as far as straight line, at 24.7%. So we are, now that does include just a few encumbrances, as well, and then there's nothing, significant that jumps out. I mean, when you go department by department, they're all right there at, about 25%, plus or minus 1%, other than a few exceptions. I do want to highlight, that within, our CPS and AG court, we are a little bit, over budget, on that line item. If you recall, we in fact, put a significant amount more, into the, court-appointed attorney's fees from what we had previously had. But as long as we have, child protective services issues, and the payment or lack thereof of, some of the, child support payments, we are gonna continue to have, those particular courts. Unless Mr. Belt can figure out, a way to wave his magic wand and resolve all child issues and, court-ordered child support payments within Coryell County.
Got some rate resolved in here last Wednesday.
Did you,
Terminate them.
got those done?
Make progress.
So I didn't want that number to
I think it was our
actually,
record termination day. I think it was our record.
was it a record?
I think it was our record.
The number that reflected there, is, say, if you remove the encumbrance that we got for one additional month, it's actually at 29%. So I don't want that to alarm you too much. And then the other one, as you flip through where it, is just a little bit over what you might expect, is under the, county tax assessor collector. This is not a negative reflection on, Mr. Carruthers, but we do have the expenditure for the new, voting equipment. So, that expenditure has been upfront, which is going to skew that number, Otherwise, he's right there in line. So, there's nothing that I see that, is a red flag with any of the expenditures, in any of our departments. Any questions for me on that? Okay, which brings us to item number 18, pay bills. We have bills presented, in the amount of, $1,251,780.70.
Motion to approve, Judge.
Second.
Got a motion from Commissioner Jones, a second from Commissioner Matthews. Any further discussion? All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
All those opposed, same sign.
You got the stamp here, young lady?
Ayes have it, motion carries. Reports, Commissioner Matthews.
The DECA program, Copper Cove, has moved on to state. I don't have any details, but they, are doing very well, so the whole group of kids, I think it's 32 in all. I got to listen to some of their presentations in, exchange down there in Copper Cove one day. Speak very, very well. Kids are doing good, so, I think that is it. That's all I've got at this point.
Okay, thank you. Commissioner Moore? I thought we did.
Bill?
I mean,
I wasn't paying attention.
Got
Trying to
it
get
first to second.
now is there any further discussion? I think while you were up and walking
Okay.
is when
I was paying attention to what I was doing.
you were
He's
focused.
over
You
here,
were-
he's
you
over
were-
here talking.
You were,
Young lady.
I just wanted to make sure.
I have nothing, Judge, except, when you talked to Mr. Morrison,
yes,
did you recall what his payment structure was?
it was,
As far as his term?
it was very minimal upfront, I wanna say, no, I don't.
Could you just
know.
verify that?
I'll verify that payment structure, but it's a very minimal, retaining, fee to retain him, and then those, fees projected out, more into late 2020, 2021.
I did have one other thing. I forwarded, both financial advisors, I had them both break it down as far as their cost. So I did forward that to everybody by email, and did visit with the city of Temple, and then, of course, myself and Commissioner Moore visited with a commissioner over there who used them. So it kinda shows you the breakdown, the difference in a broker and an independent, but I sent one to everybody on the board.
The frightening thing was the last one that showed the payments.
Yes, sir, yeah, the last, it did. So, hey, cost of doing business, you gotta build a jail at some point. I know, man, I know.
Age-old struggle.
Yeah.
Just because you want something,
Sure.
you can't afford it, which one weighs more?
Yes, sir, yes, sir. But anyway, I forwarded that to y'all by email, so I asked them for it on, Thursday, I believe. Sorry, I forgot to take my report, yeah.
Good, thank you. Anything else?
Yep.
Commissioner Moore, anything else? Commissioner Jones?
No, sir.
Commissioner Ashby?
No, sir.
Okay, just a couple, thank you, Dad. Just a couple quick things that I've got. I'm gonna say it again, and every time we meet, I will continue to say it, because, it's my belief that, voting, is the most important right. It was the foundation of why our country was established. So we have a new early voting location in Coppers Cove. It is 508B Cove Terrace Shopping Center. And I think that will, serve our citizens in the Coppers Cove area well for a number of years to come. With that, as Mr. Carruthers came and talked about getting getting us legally certified with our new election equipment, he has also scheduled election equipment demonstrations. Okay, on February 10th, from 5 to 7 p.m. at 508B Cove Terrace Shopping Center, which is our new voting center in Copper Cove, the early voting center. They will, from 5 to 7 citizens are invited, to come and, get a demonstration on the equipment, learn how to use it. Ask any questions you may have, because, Mr. Carruthers and our election staff, they are the subject matter gurus. I've seen them, studying diligently over all the materials and working with Hart. So I'm completely confident, that they are the leaders in the Hart Duo voting system that we're implementing. So February 10th, 5 to 7 p.m. at the Copperas Cove location, 508B Cove Terrace Shopping Center. The following day, February 11th, from 5 to 7 p.m. here in the Commissioner's Courtroom. They will be set up to conduct, again, a demonstration training and to answer questions on our new voting equipment. We will put out a press release on that. Mr. Carruthers has also got some ads that he is running in our local papers to keep the citizens informed, because we certainly, as we transition to the new equipment and add a new location or change the location, we want to ensure that all of our citizens get the opportunity to voice their selection in the upcoming elections. That is all I have for today. Any alibis? Hearing none, we stand adjourned. Thank you, everyone, for being here today.